A deck that has existed on the fringes of Standard, Duraludon VMAX can definitely take some wins, mostly thanks to its ability Skyscraper. It says, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon that have special energy attached. Obviously it gets shut off by Path to the Peak, but if the ability does hold, you are immune to any Pokemon that uses Capture Energy or Rapid Strike Energy or Horror Psychic Energy or any of the other special energy out there. And the attack isn't bad either. G-Max Polarization does 220 for 3 energy. You have to play Aurora Energy in this build of the deck. And it goes through any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon, which means things like Decidueye are not a problem at all. Aside from Duraludon, you play Zacian and Zamazenta because they combo well, and of course you play Bronzong because that lets you move your energy around wherever you want, opening up a potential game-saving Cheryl play at the end. Now, the low damage output of the deck does hurt. The most damage you're doing is 230 with Zacian, but if you draw well enough, it can be a tough matchup for some of the top decks out there, so let's see how it does. And this is a terrible start. Yeah, bees. Every day it resets, so every day you can do it. Alrighty, so it looks like I'm facing something I don't want to be facing. Hopefully they Marnie me. This is a terrible start. First game with Duraludon, packs are on the line, and this is just terrible. Yeah, Zeta, I mentioned off the top, I'm just going to potentially just play the first round of each tournament. You know, I'll play a game, and then if the second game is taking way too long, I'll just quit out of it. So that is my choice, or that is my plan, I guess. Is I'll just be potentially going with 1 game per tournament, so at least maybe I'll get 2 packs or something out of it. And they have Sirchester Bath. That is fine. Hang on, what does not affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon? So, and they Marnied me. So would that be an effect? All basic Pokemon. So I think it would go through Sirchester Bath and I take a 1-shot, right? It wouldn't go through Cape of Toughness, but it would go through Sirchester Bath, I believe, and just an Intrepid Sword. Zacian Arandri with Ludicolo. Yeah, Ludicolo opens up just a ton of possibilities. So I think I will probably just attach the Aurora Energy, get rid of the research, and just Marnie and see what I get. And Jokticon, how's it going? Thank you again for that code. So this is pretty good. I think I'll Great Ball first to see what I get. I have the Saucer. There's Duraludon VMAX. I definitely put that one into play. Actually, no, don't put that into play yet. Don't be bad. Don't be bad. I'll go and get, I guess, Crobat. So Saucer first. Don't be bad. Now evolve. You know, maybe I should have held on to evolving because I would get the benefits. But you know, what if you get your Switch, right? So let's get rid of Zamazenta. Not going to need that this game. Do that. Let's go and get a Bronzor, I guess. You know, filling up my bench is a bit of a problem, but they're not going to go after my Bronzor, right? Alright, so Intrepid Sword, get an energy, perfect. We have the Air Balloon. That is, I can attach an Air Balloon, so that's good. So you just need a Zacian and 1 Ranger, so you're almost there. I don't think I have any of those pieces available for the free cards, but you can always check. You never know. All right, so let's give out the free codes to Bees and Jokicon. Yeah, Duraludon, I've messed around with it a little bit. I think last night's tournament version of this deck, well, this version of the deck went 10-4, so it has a good chance. Yep, Jokercon, as soon as you gave me that code, I put in the new deck box, the new sleeves. Gotta show them off, right? So there's a Marnie. I kept my Switch. B's the best chance or the best course of action. Just send me a friend request. I think we already are friends, and you can just check my binder first. So you can check my binder first and then redeem the channel points. That's probably the easiest thing. And they're not knocking out my Duraludon, which is good. Yeah, they played themselves with that Chichester Bath. Alright, so I have the switch. Losing a Metal Saucer sucks, but you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Let's do that. Let's get rid of... I don't need another Bronzor, I don't think. Another Duraludon. Sure. No, let's ditch the Bronzor. If they want to knock out my Bronzor, that's fine. Did you pull an Ice Rider from that pack, JokerCon? Okay, so I can heal a little bit. That doesn't seem particularly amazing. Oh, no, okay. Okay, I wasn't sure. So let's do that. I will saucer to the Zacian. Let's pulverize this Zacian. So it's not taking a knockout, unfortunately, because they do have the Cape of Toughness. So Gmax pulverization, it goes through Chichester Bath, but because Chichester Bath is an effect on the Zacian, but Cape of Toughness is not an effect on the Zacian, it is just a boost to the HP. It can be a little bit confusing. But, you know, the Duraludon, Gmax pulverization, it goes through Chichester Bath, not the Cape of Toughness. And there's just an Intrepid Sword, so I'll knock out the dude in the active. Okay, so who do I go for now? Do I just take the knockout on... Because if I take the knockout on the Crobat, then I can have the bosses for the following turn. So I think I just put the energy on the Crobat so it's there, take the knockout, knock out the Zacian the following turn with bosses if they don't attack with it. They're probably going to attack with Zamazenta, so I definitely need to get Bronzong up and running. Oh, I thought they attacked with Zamazenta, because their best win, I guess their best win condition is just attacking with Zamazenta and hopefully running me out of Aurora Energy. But maybe that isn't the best thing. And if you notice the title of the stream, it does mention the Nintendo Direct. I have the Nintendo Twitter account pulled up for when the announcements start rolling in at 3 p.m. So just under an hour from now, so about 45 minutes from now is the Nintendo Direct. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that the Castlevania Advanced Collection is going to be announced. Cannot wait for that. Hopefully it's not, you know, just horrible. Okay, so I have slightly messed up here. I guess I bosses their Zacian, switch into my Zacian. Do I bench anybody? Well, I have the Eldegoss for things to happen next turn. I don't want a Crystal Cave because they just have a Zamazenta. So I Brave Blade their Zacian, take 2 prizes. If they Marnie me, that's fine. I need Bronzong and I need an Aurora Energy. Or I just need Bronzong, actually. There's bosses, so all I need to win the game is a Bronzong and hope they don't find a Cape of Toughness, and that's it. Zeta, there's probably going to be some Pokemon stuff, because the Nintendo Direct is surrounding winter Switch games, winter Nintendo games, so it's pretty much a guarantee that there will be news on Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl and Legends Arceus. We just don't know what. You know, it'd be pretty cool if Pokemon TCG Live is announced for Switch, but I'd say that's on the lower end of possibility. All I care about is if they finally announce the Castlevania Advanced Collection, I would buy that as soon as I get confirmation that it actually works. Okay, so they're ditching my Aurora. So I can bosses their Zacian, but I don't have what I need. I can Marnie, but I don't really want to lose all my good stuff. Oh, I have Bronzong. Never mind. So I have Bronzong. I can I knock it out with Duraludon? Because it does 10 plus 40. So it does 50, 90, 130, 170, 210. Yeah, so that's a knockout. Actually, no, I have to discard energy. Maybe it's not a knockout. Alright, so I have to discard 2. So then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm 10 damage short of taking a knockout. So I will Metal Transfer this one here. This one here. Then I guess this one to, because they can knock that out with Zacian. I guess I just do that. If they go after my Bronzong, I think that's okay. I will Intrepid Sword. There's Cheryl. Okay. So I think we're good to go. And hello, Zombazaro. I will get to the requests after this game. I'm playing in an in-game event. So in between games, that's when I'll do all of the redemptions. But I'm playing with Duraludon VMAX. Single striker with Gmax pulverization. So, and Duraludon is one character too much to fit perfectly on the screen, and there's bosses on the Bronzong. Oh, they're going for Duraludon. Okay, that's fine. My plan here then is to... I'm losing 2, that's fine. I just need 1 more energy and I win. So I can Eldegoss for... whatever. I think I just go for it. I just go for it. Hope for the best. There's the energy. Crystal Cave has to go down. Let's heal. And I think that is enough. Because 6 times 4 is 240. I'm not going to be bad. Taking a knockout. This is why you play this Duraludon. This Duraludon's great. Knocking out the Zacian. And that's a win. Math and me, when they work together, there's nothing that can stop us. And yeah, I'm playing in a tournament. Of course I get... Hey, they're playing the Shiny Ranger. Of course I get tournament tickets. You know, I'm just trying to get rid of them all before the game shuts down and it's gone forever. So that's a good win. That's a good win. Alright, so Dragapult. Do I just beat Dragapult? Well, if I started a Duraludon, I would. Yeah, I can fulfill the free packs, but I can't do anything about the thingies. Okay, so as long as they don't escape rope or bosses up my Zamazenta, I can knock out this Dragapult and things are good. And yeah, bees, that was... I was just trying to look at their deck list and all of a sudden, boom, you're playing the next game. Seriously? They just hit a crushing hammer. Oh, please don't tell me they're hitting the other crushing hammer. And you're welcome, bees. Okay, so they whiffed 1. So they're just... Please don't tell me the last card in their hand is a supporter. That would just be so unfortunate. Alright, so it's Marnie. Alright, well... You know, I should have remembered. I'm playing against Dragapult. This is what happens against Dragapult. They just always get what they need. I'm going to have to research a Bronzong. I hope I have the last one. They bit me, but that's fine. I have Crystal Cave. So Indiana Jones goes there. Tool Jammer. Okay, so Duraludon should go down. And you're welcome, Bam Baby. So Duraludon should go down. I think... Do I just go for a Bronzor? They could knock it out with a scoop up net ping. But they need so much to make this happen. There's no way it works, right? There's no way they get it. There's no way Dragapult ever runs properly. That never happens against me. Please get me an energy. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, so this isn't the worst hand in the world. If they Marnie me, pretty much all my useful cards are on the bottom. I need a Bronzong, I need a Duraludon VMAX. The Great Ball could get that. I have an Aurora Energy, I have a Switch. You'll make sure to grab only commons this time? Alright. Yeah, if you accidentally grab an uncommon or something from time to time, that's totally fine. Again, I have thousands of cards that have to go, and we don't even know when they have to go today. I'm doing good with this deck today. I guess I should put 2-0. Some of the games haven't been too competitive, but Duraludon has cooperated with me at the very least. And oh, of course they Marnie me. They always Marnie me. Dragapult always gets what they need. And Eevee with the 20 commons. And yeah, just if you are getting the commons, try to keep it under, or at least maximum of 4 each. You know, you don't need more than 4. You can't take more than 4 to the new game. So I think just keep it at a maximum of 4 each. If you really want more because you want to give them to a... No. No way. No. Don't do it. You don't have a VMAX. I'm about to not... Yes. Okay. See, when Dragapult doesn't just get everything that it needs right off the bat, I do have a chance, you know? So do I try and protect the Bronzor? That is the question. Because if I put the Big Charm on the Bronzor, you know, then some things can happen. So I think, yeah, Bronzor gets that. Clearly they don't have anything. So I will Aurora Energy the active, get rid of the Marnie, research. Hopefully I get a Bronzor or something. I did. I got Duraludon VMAX, that's even better. Another Metal Saucer. So yeah, I think I'm gonna win this one. There's no way I lose. That is a trust your pilot guarantee. And as always, you can trust my guarantees. So the Crobat should never see the field. I will Brave Blade, take the knockout, take a little bit of damage in return. They will need Raihan. I mean, they just need Raihan and they can launch an attack, but I've protected the Bronzong. I took a big knockout. I have my Duraludon VMAX. I have Zamazenta V, so they can't hurt that either. So we're in good shape. And hey Dallas, how's it going? Daisy want the Zarude. Of course they have the Raihan. They always have the Raihan. Yeah, the Zarude, I think I might only have 1 left, maybe 2. So there's the Dragapult. They have the Horror-Psychic Energy. They have the VMAX. They can't actually knock me out in the active, which is pretty funny. I can just retreat. And maybe they won't even bump the Crystal Cave. And Ravens, thank you for the follow. So if this is a win, this is definitely going in the video. Because anytime I beat Dragapult, that deserves to be in the video, right? If I have a Lugia coin, Dallas, of course. Okay, so I need to... Do I go up with Duraludon? I think I do, because they can't hit me. Because Duraludon's ability is insane. So Bronzong the energy to the active. They're definitely regretting losing their Crushing Hammers early. The Zamazenta definitely gets the energy. Alright, so I definitely want some boss's orders though. I don't want to bench the other Duraludon, the Crobat. I don't think that should ever see the field. I think I should just leave everything the way it is. There's a Great Ball. Sure, let's thin the deck a little bit. Let's get a Duraludon, sure. Because I have the Marnie, so I don't want the Eldegoss in my hand. Alright, G-Max Pulverization. Dealing a little bit of damage back to me, but Skyscraper. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon that have special energy. That is absolutely nuts. That is less nuts. All right, so lots happening in the chat. And Ravens, you're new to PTC Geo and you don't know what's going on with the new game. Yeah, for a new player, I can see how that would be confusing. My advice would be to just wait until the new game comes out before you really invest into this game. Just have some fun with theme. Don't go too crazy. Just play around with some theme. Don't get too invested in the trade market because, as you said, things are definitely a bit weird in the trade market right now. All right, so that goes there. I take the knockout. I use Crystal Cave and Dragapult, who, you know, this is 100% going in the video. I beat Dragapult. Maybe this deck is the perfect counter to Dragapult. Maybe a dark deck isn't. You know, this has Zamazenta. That screws up Dragapult. This has Duraludon. That screws up Dragapult. Maybe this is the perfect counter. Maybe this is the perfect counter to Dragapult. And there's a Marnie. That's fine. Talking about the new game, which pack should be kept and which should be opened. I believe Detective Pikachu is something you should open. Yes and no. I mean, Detective Pikachu doesn't really have much value just because it's only a 4-card pack. So it's really up to you. You should definitely try and get to that 125 mark. But again, we don't know how much 6,200 crystals is. But I think keeping as many, and boom. Just a victory. We're getting the coins. Take that, Dragapult. And they play the Altaria. I don't care. It's a win against Dragapult. And we're continuing the tournament just like that. Alright, coin flip win. All you want to do with this deck is start Zacian, and it's all gold in from there. Or you could have the worst starter ever, and it's all the opposite of gold. Okay, so we have Quick Ball. Probably should use Great Ball first, whatever. Let's go get Zacian. All Great Ball for hopefully a Bronzor. Nothing. Alright, terrible start. This will be probably a round 1 loss, but you know. Oh, not even anything off Intrepid Sword. Wonderful. Alright, so Seba, random pack code. I have 7 pack codes left after this, and then you're stuck with Steam Siege for a little bit. So they have Path to the Peak. That could be annoying. You don't actually need that many commons. Well, you can always grab anything. You know, it's about filling out your collection too. It's not just what you want or need right now. It's also filling out your collection. Well, I'll take all this. So may as well just leave Crobat there and pass. Yeah, because filling out your collection and having it ready for the new game means that when you open a new pack in Pokemon TCG Live, all those commons that you're guaranteed to get, instead of just getting useless commons you don't need, they will automatically convert into credits, which you can use for new cards. So the best bet is to get as many cards, 4 copies of every card as you possibly can right now, because then it'll help you in the long run. So if you want 20 commons, ask for 20 commons. Don't worry if you don't need them. Just fill out your collection as much as possible. That would be my advice. So yeah, when I'm offering these commons, oh geez, it's Dragapult. But yeah, me offering these commons, definitely take me up on the offer. Round out your collection as best as possible. Get 4 copies of every card. It'll just help you in the long run. That's my understanding, but of course, things can change. You never quite know what's going to happen. But I think one of the most promising things with Pokemon TCG Live is that I'm following someone on Twitter who is the PR director for the game. Like, there's an actual PR director for Pokemon TCG Live, and that is insane. Because in the past, it was like one of the developers, I think Mathis would sometimes post on the subreddit. They'd post on the forums once in a while. So to have actually someone dedicated to the Pokemon TCG Live, that is great news. It means we'll get you know, someone will be able to listen to our feedback. We don't have to worry about, you know, oh, are they allowed to say anything? Because Direwolf was not allowed to say anything about PTCGO. Like, they weren't allowed to say, oh, we're adding this feature, we're removing this feature, yada, yada, yada. Because of the contract, it was up to the Pokemon Company. And now with Pokemon TCG Live, the Pokemon Company is actually developing it, so we'll get news directly from them now. So it should just make for just more communication with fans, which is great. All right, so I will... Do I go up with... I think I have to attack with Duraludon. I think that makes the most sense because they could bosses and knock out my Bronzong, and that would be bad. And Neocortex. Yeah, what I meant is, yeah, focus on commons and uncommons from basically Sword and Shield and on, because when Pokemon TCG Live launches, it's going to be Lost Thunder to the most recent set, which will probably be Fusion Strike. So I would definitely say focus on getting commons and uncommons from Sword and Shield sets. And that way, you know, when you open new packs in the new game, you'll have a higher chance of just earning credits for getting the cards you actually want. It's going to be such a huge difference versus PTCGO. It's going to take so much getting used to. And I will let you know, I haven't tagged every card for trade. There's probably hundreds of cards that I'm going to be getting rid of that aren't tagged yet. It's just, you have to do each one manually. It takes such a long time. Okay, so they'll hit into me. That research is rough. I would much prefer this to be a Duraludon VMAX, because then I could Bronzong away the energy. But as long as I can get... As long as this research turns into a Crystal Cave... Oh, that's unfortunate. Please tell me got rid of a peak. Yes, they got rid of a peak. That is perfect. Path to the Peak is about the only way my opponent can win. And Swaru, you can do whatever you want. If it's tagged for trade, and it's a coin, go for it. And apparently Nintendo of America isn't tweeting. Perfect, perfect. Okay, so... I don't want to switch, I don't think. But it would potentially give me a chance to survive, and I could attack with Zacian. I could retreat the following turn. They can't take a knockout. Duraludon would survive. Even with a quick shooting, I think it would survive, but I take 30 less damage from attacks. It's how much do I think I'm going to survive the following turn. Because if I attack with Zacian, they can't knock me out, but... You know, if I just put a VMAX in the active, then I'm in a great spot. How much of a risk am I taking here? Because if I go up with Zacian, I do 220. I still need to take 3 prizes. I would really like a bosses. I think I'm just going to hope I get Duraludon VMAX. I have 2 in the deck. Hopefully I have Evolution Incense. There's Evolution Incense. Perfect. Oh yeah, I forgot I needed Aurora Energy too. Whoops. But you know, we're bailed out. That's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you get lucky. Okay, so Big Charm goes on the active. I will lose this other guy because it doesn't matter because they can just knock out my dude anyway. So I'll get rid of that Duraludon. Metal Saucer to the Zacian. That'll transfer this energy to the Zacian because I know they can't knock it out. Done. Gmax Pulverization. And if they can't get a Path to the Peak, they only have 1 Path to the Peak left. So this is a great position to be in. Great position to be in. Yeah, Ravens, as Mink said, it has to be tagged for trade. I don't think I have any full art, rainbow rare, or secret rare trainers tagged for trade. It's all just regular rare. And there's the final Path to the Peak. Yeah, I don't think I have any, so it would just be regular ones. It's the Like, I have Vs and VMAXs, and so if you want to redeem the 500 points for the one copy of any card, you get a V or a VMAX. But yeah, for the trainers, I don't think I have anything special tagged anymore, unfortunately. It would be nice to give away some stuff, but the only ones really worth giving away, I'd have to spend quite a bit to get. I think it's just better to give players staple cards. You know, if you're just starting out, Quick Ball, Marnie, Boss's Orders, those are probably the best ones you want to go for. Why is Ray so expensive? I have no idea. It was like 40 packs on day one. It should have tanked in value by now, but it just hasn't. But yeah, Ray is still expensive. You'd think people wouldn't want it, but I guess everyone's just trying to make it work still. I have tried and tried. It does not work. So it's not worth spending the money on, that's for sure. Okay, so there's Eldegoss. What does that do? That gets me Cheryl. Perfect. Oh no, I forgot. Oh no. Oh geez. Oh no. Punished. Oh no. Oh geez. Okay, well I have Crystal Cave. I can hate myself for what I just did. They can't. They put the Horror Side energy on this one. I think that's just a win. I think that's just a win. I will go get Duraludon V. Do I have a VMAX in the discard? I don't, so the odds that I get one off the prizes are quite high. I will Bronzong this energy onto this guy. You know, maybe I should have played more conservatively. I will not be punished for that misplay. I will not be punished. Okay, so Gmax Pulverization. They put a special energy on the Dragapult. They are out of Path to the Peak. I just win, I think, at this point. I ran it with Flaffy. Flaffy and Rose. I gotta have a Kricketune. But I played with Flaffy and Rose, and it just doesn't work. You know, having to discard the energy and then not having an easy way to retreat it really hurts. The reason Malamar Giratina works so well is because Giratina gave up one prize, and you knew it was getting knocked out after it launches an attack, so that was fine, and then it just brings itself back into play. With Ray, you deal the damage. Oh, does Shred work for them? Oh no. Yep, I think Shred does work, but they need to find their VMAX, right? Shred not affected by effects, so they won't knock me out though. Tax damage isn't affected by any effects. Prevent all damage. I mean, you think I guess they just cancel each other out, right? And it just goes through. But getting back to Ray, yeah, just having Ray stuck in the active is not great. And you can't easily attach to it, so that's not great either. I will bosses, and that is game. As long as they don't do anything crazy. Boom. Eevee, when you're this lucky, it doesn't matter if you make mistakes, right? So we'll heal. I'll bosses up the dude so they can just concede without having to sit through all this. Are they just going to concede? Nope, I gotta do all this. Alright, so I will retreat. Maybe they're hoping I do a misclick again. Yeah, definite GG right there. So that's why have I not been playing this deck earlier? It wrecked Dragapult. It wrecked Dragapult. This is my favorite deck ever made. It wrecked Dragapult. Please tell me it's Dragapult, and please tell me they just don't find their peaks. Alright, great starter, perfect starter. I'm guessing they'll start a Sobble because they, oh, it's a mirror match. Or no, it's probably just Zacian Zamazenta. So that's a bit tough because Zamazenta I can't knock out. Now let's do that. I will get a Bronzor and a Duraludon. I think that's the safest bet. So I will quick ball the Marnie, go get Duraludon. And the reason I'm putting the energy on the Duraludon is because they can't knock it out. So it's safe. Unfortunately, I have to lose the Air Balloon because I don't want to take a risk that I don't have a supporter next turn. Crepitoid for no energy, of course. But I could be able to launch an attack next turn with Duraludon or Duraludon VMAX. Knock out the Zacian if they don't put a Cape of Toughness on it, so I could be in a good position here. Hopefully they build up the active, and I think the people across the street are mowing their lawn. So if you hear some crazy stuff happen in the background, it's just them mowing their lawn. And yeah, Grizzly, just trust your pilot. You can see it in the bottom right of the screen there, and just send me a friend request. But my advice to anyone who wants cards, just send me a friend request, check out what I got on offer, and then redeem your points. Mink, I would say it's not a good idea to go with Malamar. I think the best bet is just take Soaring Storm into the theme events and go from there. Or take take Mad Party. Take Mad Party into Expanded. Mad Party is super cheap to build. Go with Mad Party and Expanded. Because, you know, it's 50-50. Are you going to face someone in Expanded with a good deck or a bad deck? I think that's your best bet. And they just built up a Zacian. How did they do that? They went from a one Zacian to a fully built up Zacian. That is insane. The deck never did that for me the other day. Never ever did that. Yeah, take Mad Party into Expanded, because then you can use Twin Energy and Double Colorless Energy. Yeah, but definitely, I think Mad Party is probably the best budget deck to just take into a tournament right now. There's also Blissey and Ultra Necrozma and Garb, but I think your best bet, for sure, is Mad Party. Okay, so we got the VMAX. Got Duraludon. If I can just get Tool Jammer and an energy, I think I win. Tool Jammer and energy. Tool Jammer and energy. That's not Tool Jammer and that's not energy. All right. So let's get a Bronzong. You're not making points, Dallas. That's weird. Okay, so they can't hit me. Yeah, I guess if you refresh, it should show up there. That's really weird. Don't worry. I'll send you I'll accept the trade. Just whatever cheap channel point thing you have available, just redeem that and I'll send you the trade. Obviously, if they're not working, if they are working, then redeem the other one. But yeah, for some reason you're not making points, I'll just accept the trade. Just redeem whatever one you haven't redeemed that you can get. Okay, so they hard retreated. I want to... Oh, okay, here we go. This deck should definitely play a Zigzagoon, though. So I don't want to put the Crystal Cave down. I do want to have another VMAX. I think I do want to have another VMAX. And I think Crystal Cave should never see the field. I think I should just use it as fodder for Aurora Energy. So they probably won't be able to launch an attack. They're down 2 Metal Saucer. I guess I Marnie them and hope for a bosses because I'm not doing enough damage. That's perfect. And yeah, Dallas is subscribed too, so they should be earning more. Okay, they're Tool Jammer a turn late. Wouldn't you know it? All right, so I think I put the Big Charm here. Tool Jammer, no, because they play Tool Scrapper. I can't do that. I have to save it for a Cape of Toughness down the road. And Dallas, yeah, just let me know. Let me know what's going on. Don't worry, I'll make sure that trade goes through. The bonuses, I don't actually know. I think it's like every 10 minutes. If you click on that icon that lights up, you get more. Oh, they're going after my Bronzong. That's not fun. Okay, so if you watch for 5 minutes at 10, claim special bonuses. Yeah, it doesn't say when the bonuses show up. Alright, so I could hit into them with that. I don't want to do it. So if I go for Eldegoss, that doesn't make sense. Tool Jammer, I guess, goes there. Just research and hope. Research and... Oh, this is horrible. So I can attack. Okay, I can attack. This is going to be the most inefficient turn in PTCGO history to actually do something, but I'm doing it. Alright, so we attach to the active. Metal transfer. Metal transfer. You know, I don't know why I'm not just letting the Bronzong go down, but damn it, I want this thing to survive. The Tool Jammer probably shouldn't have done it that way. That's fine. Probably should have gone with the one with the Big Charm. But oh no, this is hilarious. If I can just bosses this one into the active with the Tool Jammer on the active, it would just get knocked out. I think they'll probably find a Tool Scrapper though, so that's tough. But if I could just bosses this one into the active, it would get knocked out. That would have been hilarious. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to work that way. They can't retreat the Oranguru because of Tool Jammer, but they just need a Tool Scrapper and it's fine. Zombie Stampede, there will be like a green jiggling icon by the channel points, and you click on that and you get extras. It doesn't show up for me on my own stream, so I can't tell you exactly what it looks like. And they're just doing the same thing again. Alright, they really don't like this Bronzong. So I think I do it. I think I do it right now, right? Because I am down 3 Metal Saucer. I can't take a knockout though. But I could... I think that might be what I do, is I just wait. I think I just wait. I will get rid of the Duraludon. I don't think it makes sense to put the Zacian into play. I think I just hold the hand. They'll still have to knock out a Duraludon VMAX to win the game. So I think this is the right play, is just let them knock out the Bronzong, because I wouldn't be able to launch an attack. If I could launch an attack, I would do it, but you know, yes, they can scrap the Tool Jammer, and that would be annoying. But I think just hurting my long-term game just to take that knockout, and the one with the energy on it doesn't have a Cape of Toughness. So they would have to scrap their own Air Balloon, as well as my Tool Jammer, to put a Cape of Toughness on that Zacian. But they still have to attack with it, and they can't attack back-to-back turns unless they do some retreating. So if they don't find a Tool Scrapper, I'm in a great position. But with Rotom Phone and Oranguru and all that, yeah, they're going to find it. They should be getting rid of this Air Balloon, though. I would imagine... Oh, they didn't. They have to attack with this Zacian. I think they're only down 2 Metal Saucers, so maybe they don't have to. Yeah, Seba, I will put the link in the description in a second. See, that's what they shouldn't have done. They shouldn't have done that. Okay, but if they do knock out my Bronzong, yeah, they're just going to try and knock out my Bronzong. I'm down 2 Switch. I think I'm down my Air Balloons. There's Cheryl. So I will attach that. I could bosses the Zamazenta. I mean, yeah, I can't attack. I think... Do I have Eldegoss in the deck? No. So I'm just going to Zacian, draw some cards. Hey, let's get some energy. Okay, so if they don't launch an attack this turn, they're in a world of trouble. And there you go, Seba. There's the list in the limitless list. All right, so they're gonna knock my dude out. I will knock their dude out. They will need to take 2 knockouts. I have a knockout on this Zacian. I have a knockout on the Crobat with boss's orders. Who are they going? Are they going for my Zacian? Alright, don't worry about it, Dallas. I will send you... Oh, no. They have set themselves up for a win. I should not have benched that Zacian. That was a huge misplay. I regret everything. So they just need bosses and it's game. But they're down 2 bosses. So I think that's enough, right? Just going to Gmax Pulverization. Please don't tell me they got it. I don't think this deck plays more than 2 bosses though, right? Unless they play Eldegoss, then obviously I lose. But losing that Tool Jammer at the worst possible time, you know, this is the reason Zacian Zamazenta can be good, is because you can sort of just pick and choose what cards you want the following turn. And I think I forgot to update that I'm at 4-1. Alright, yeah, so Dallas, just redeem anything. Just redeem anything and I'll accept the trade. Whatever the cheapest thing you can redeem is, and I think that's game. They needed to bosses my Crobat for game. That's just a Marnie, which isn't enough. There's a Metal Saucer. The Super Mario Bros. Animated film is coming to theaters on December 21st, 2022, starring Seth Rogen. And Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Pratt as Mario? What? N64? N64 and Sega Genesis games are coming to Nintendo Switch Online in October. Alright, so there's the boss's orders. Boom, that's game. So we beat the Zacian Zamazenta deck, and Nintendo has announced that N64 games are coming to Nintendo Switch Online finally.